Welcome back to Red Panda Destiny, where we are still covering Sabaton's The Great War. Today we are going 7 Pillars of Wisdom. And my first positive, I have a little snippet for you here. It is the riff. It's such a good riff. That's right at the beginning of the song, by the way. But this is such a good song. Then we have another positive, just for sing-alongy nature, which is kind of one of the key aspects of power metal, and in my opinion, pretty much the best thing you can have for a concert band, which is probably why I've seen Sabaton 3 times, and I technically have tickets to see them a 4th time. Though being 2020 and all the things that are going on this year, that might not happen. But that aside, here's some sing-alongy naturey stuff.
As the darkness falls and Arabia calls, one respects his wings as the battle begins. May the land lay claim unto Lord and name. 7 pillars of wisdom lights the flame.
So much fun to sing along to. Yeah. If you can't tell, this is a great album. Then we have a third positive with a little snippet for Le Solo. Oh, yes. That's exciting. So I hazard to say this is the best solo on the album, but it might just be. It's good. But of course, I got to give a positive to the lyrics. And also, probably going to end up a positive is the website, which has not only the lyrics to every song, but a little historical tidbit section, which is pretty cool. I believe those are fan-contributed, so that's interesting. The best quote is just the first part of the line, really, which is, "Far from home, a man with a mission, in the heat of the glistening sun, in the heart of ancient tradition, this man's journey has only begun." And it continues. I mean, you've got references to specific battles, a lot of references to Arabia, being Lawrence of Arabia. I'd go over the history, but you can go and watch the Sabaton history episode, which will tell you everything you need to know. But that about covers the song itself. On to well, there's no positives for the history section, so we'll skip that. So the soundtrack edition. Okay, the soundtrack edition. Only one positive here. Same as last time. Just general atmosphere. Starts with some nice piano. Just nice, gentle, gives you some nice atmosphere there. The lyric video. So we have 2 positives here. One simply for existing, and another for having caption pics in the solo again, much like the Future of Warfare we covered yesterday. The music video. So biggest plus here, Indy Nidell plays Lawrence of Arabia, which is just kind of fun if you're a fan of the Sabaton History channel. Side note here, because they had to go to the desert in Africa to film this, the beginning of the Sabaton History episode is here in North Africa, somewhere in the desert. It's the desert, it looks the same. But it's somewhere in North Africa. So they had a little bit of a location shoot for Sabaton History, I suppose. Though I am going to take away a positive because desert videos are a bit cliched. I mean, how many metal bands have you seen that just... I mean, but to be fair, most of them just stand in the desert, play, and it's like, okay. But I guess I'm actually kind of evening it out because I'm going to give a positive for the fact that it ties into the story quite well, so it's kind of like it evens out. It's not really a negative or positive. It's just there. Because basically in the video, they're all standing around in like a broken down courtyard. But they also shot scenes with Lawrence of Arabia in the courtyard. So it was kind of like they're playing in the same place. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of bands being in music videos, at least as playing music. I feel like it's more interesting when you make a whole film of it, but I suppose there are arguments for putting bands in music videos, so I'm not going to complain too much. And then, of course, a positive just for making a music video, because music videos are cool. But now we move on to the Sabaton history episode. The Sabaton history episode. Not a lot of interest in this one. Positive for existing, obviously. It was kind of cool that they went on location, but I'm not going to give them a separate positive because they went on location to shoot the music video, which already got a positive. So, yeah, we're going to stick with that. But decent episode. Really well explains the history of Lawrence of Arabia. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, he's definitely one of the most interesting people from World War One. The British army officer who goes to North Africa and then sort of allies himself with the locals. It's an interesting story. But that about wraps up today. I do have one little note here. I found out when I was making the description for yesterday's episode that Sabaton has released all of the songs on YouTube, like officially by themselves. So there are links to everything below. So you can thank Sabaton for that one. So just a quick little addition here. I discovered some official Sabaton live videos from the Great Tour. So I thought I'd include positives for the songs that have one of those. Seven Pillars of Wisdoms happens to have been filmed in Amsterdam. It's just a basic one cameraman on stage, sort of a band's perspective of the show. So just a single positive, nothing extra. And it seems like they've done a few of these, but there wasn't one for the Future of Warfare, so no positive for there.